Good morning, everyone. Good morning. What is a man's value? What is a man's worth? Briefold's Law. No relationship will not happen with a woman if she cannot attain value from a man. If these conditions are not met, then no relationship shall occur. Interesting. I think of the things that I went through dealing with women, dealing as a man in my 20s, getting into relationships, giving away value, giving away resources that I should never have been involved in. These are relationships that, my father, I love my dad. He was there, but because of religion, he was unable to guide me realistically in the ways of manhood with women. So my father, religion called him to be a bit of a blue-pilled cuck. And I love my dad, don't get it twisted. But he is an incorrigible blue pill. I love him to death. So a lot of lessons I had to learn on my own. Painful lessons, but I learned them on my own. And luckily, I never got anybody pregnant. I didn't suffer any long-term consequences dealing with women. But, being out here, realizing the value that I provided for years to women with children, dealing with them, and really no end in sight of provision as a boyfriend, I guess, because I never saw, I don't know, thankfully I never saw marriage to any of these women as a good thing. But I was the resource. I was the resource battery. It was just work. That's all I was. I was just resources financially, for these women. And that's really all you can be out here as a man. If you don't have any children, and even men with children, if you got one, you're still in the game somewhat. If you have custody, you're also still in the game. But as a man with no kids, I've never really found value in the women with children. And it's funny because someone will put that weight on top of your shoulders as if it's yours, as if that's your weight that belongs to you. And realize that these children will never view you as their true father unless you find them when they're at their youngest, at their extreme youngest. They will never view you as the father. So what is the point? Who's getting the value here? I've heard stories. One particular story is a guy raised a little boy, raised him, molded him, was there every step of the way. And when this little boy found his dad, his dad was old thugger-muffin, do-nothing ass Glocktavius motherfucker. And he basically turned this boy against a man that raised him and spent resources and finances on him for his entire life. The dad came back and was just basically turned this boy and said, "You ain't my daddy." And that dude spent years, money, finances. I've heard of another story where a woman let this man raise her children, got all the money out, got all the money out of him. When them children was grown, she left him. In fact, she cleaned the house out, and just left him. And I know there are other situations of this. So men out here, value yourself. Value yourself enough not to get in these situations. Also, I'm speaking to you raw dog, barebacking brothers. I need you guys to value yourselves enough not to just be out here spreading your seed and thinking that, pull-out method is the game. I'm in Atlanta. I'm in what I call a hot zone. Your ass, pull-out method, chlamydia, Herpetogonocephalides, yes, the gift that keeps on giving. These things are y'all have to be burning for the rest of your life. I need you to value yourself enough not to be out here raw dogging, barebacking these broads, because at the end of the day, you on the hook if she get pregnant. It's not a game, and they playing for keeps. They get your resources for the rest of their life. Somebody get pregnant. Value yourself. Value your seed. Treat it as if it were gold. Because guess what? If somebody else get that gold, they get your gold for the rest of their lives. Treat it as if it were gold. Silver. I buy silver. I buy silver and gold. And guess what? It's mine as long as it's on my person. But if I sell it, somebody else gets my silver and they keep the value of that silver. And guess what? If that silver goes up, if it goes up, they're the one that keeps the value of the silver. But if the silver goes, it goes up. It's going to go up. So treat that your semen as gold. And gold, we all know gold, if you try to load the metal markets, gold goes up. Your semen is gold. And if you do not treat it as gold, somebody else is. And they're going to be making enough money off your gold. That is your gold, and you should treat it as such. Have a great morning. Don't work too hard, work harder, work smarter, not harder.